The mustache fit, yeah.
The Gablian. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, Books Like Woe. And it is my annual turn, though we'll have to figure out what we're going to do going forward. But anyway, it's my turn annually to pick the book and host the Blades and Bodice book club. Bodice Ripper Book Club. I don't know why I struggle with that so much. And I chose The Enigma of Room 622 by Joël Dicker, which is set in Switzerland, translated on the French. And I'm very excited for this conversation because this conversation is going to determine how I end up rating this. So, would you two like to introduce yourselves?
Wait, so you're going to crib off of our homework? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I need to verbally process my feelings is really what I'm saying, because I have
part of me
wants to give this a 2, part of me wants to give it a 4. I don't know yet, so I need to talk about this with you guys. So anyway,
I feel so much better
to the people.
Do you want me to go? Let's go clockwise, I guess.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm the naughty librarian. I talk about books on the internet, obviously. I feel like everyone who's coming to this kind of knows who we are at this point, but I'm here on business. I wanted to be a businessman because this book is about business people.
Oh, I thought you were going for like Poirot.
Also that, honestly.
I'm going for like Swiss banker,
Yes.
but like this is a Clark Gable mustache, but you know, whatever. I always pick boy costumes. Anyway, hi. Moving on down.
Wait, I thought we were saying what we thought.
Oh, well,
No,
you
we're
just
just
introduce yourself for now.
I'm Lana from Lana's Library, and I would like to know what Amanda thought of this book.
Oh, okay. You Uno reversed me? You didn't Uno reverse? Okay. I'm gonna already like officially ask for a moment to tell my rant about this book. Because I have it in my brain, but I did give it a 2.
Okay.
I said what I said.
I picked this and said that that people are very polarized on this book. Like, people love it, people hate it. So it was a risky choice all around.
I gave it a 4.
Okay. So, and I'm between a 2 and a 4.
Yep. So, okay,
between
3. Me and Amanda have to work on convincing you of our sides.
Yeah.
This is a debate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Mara should be like her square should be here, and she should be like judging and like giving like up and down.
I don't know if there's a way to move.
Oh, you don't actually have to change it. I just feel like that is what it should be occurring.
I feel like that's what everyone's going.
Oh, okay.
I feel like
ask and you shall receive.
Yes.
I feel like all the comments in there, I think everyone's gonna be like 2 or 4 as well.
Yeah, I see a DNF from Urza, and Winter Eater gave it a 4. So it's a polarizing book, and I'm just posting this on Blue Sky. I'm not being rude, I promise. Or I am being rude, but it's
few things can be true at the same time.
Yeah, I am being rude, but it's to fulfill my social media obligation here. Yeah, so The Enigma of Room 622 is so this is 2025 to Stay Alive. This is my mystery pick. So it's a metatextual mystery that I have had recommended to me before. It is ostensibly our author as an in-world character who is trying to solve a mystery that happened at a hotel that he's staying at.
It took me a really long time to figure that out. It was like I was way too far into the book for it not to be embarrassing, for me to be like, Joel, writer. He is a character. And then I was like, wait, did this happen? No, this didn't happen. What?
Well, but that is part of what I think will be interesting to talk about this, because some of this with his publisher did happen, it seems. So, like, the death of the publisher seems like that's a real thing. So there's like some biographical elements in here. Then we also have him with his new gal pal Scarlett trying to solve this mystery of what happened in the titular room.
It's also fictional.
Which is also, and it takes we don't know who died until about halfway through, but we're finding out all of
No, it was
this.
like the last 70. It was the last 25%.
Yeah, it's a long time before we know
Yeah.
exactly who is the victim, because it is obfuscated. And then, well, this is a full spoiler discussion, just FYI to people. So we're getting all this backstory with these like politics within this Swiss bank, and it's kind of leading you down to believe that the person who was murdered is this guy named Macrae, who is the heir apparent. But shock twist, it actually ends up that it's his cousin who was killed, who we've also been seeing from, and more things happen from there that we'll get into.
I saw someone describe this as a matryoshka doll, where like, because the story keeps like getting nested within a story within a story within a story within a story, because every time, so like we have like the top layer, which is like Joël Diquet is like the a character, he's a writer and he's investigating this. So then we get the story of the thing they're investigating. Then within that story, there's like flashbacks and people telling their stories. Yeah. And it just like keeps like going and going and going.
Yeah. And it's so never cared. Not sure how to think about it. What I gave it a 2, but was heading for 4 for a good bit.
There's just no world where it's a 1, 3, or 5.
Well, I mean, I know
it was a 3 for me. It was a 3.
Here's a 3. So it's just it's a very I think it's fair to say labored book, in the sense of like it's purposefully effortful. Like there's you can see what the author is doing on the page by design. Yes, it is intended to be convoluted. And then we ultimately do get a resolution both in the mystery and in the author's personal life at the end. The end. Okay, so
okay. I have a lot to go off of here.
But like, spoilers from here on out, guys. That was as spoiler free as I could do for the initial description.
Well, and then our costumes it's at a ski resort. I don't know if you said that. Like the hotel is. So like
I'm a mystery ski investigator.
And then we have
I just went for banker.
Business world. Yeah.
Swiss banker. Okay, so if you're just going on the French and the Swiss banker side of things, and they're like everybody's fucking everybody, it's just a big mess of like affairs. And then it like you get to like the whole thing about how it got pulled off. I was kind of suspecting of like these people seem like the same person for a while, and then it ends up being like all of a sudden it's like an Eddie Murphy movie, and Lev plays all of the characters like Eddie Murphy does, and it makes no sense to me, because like how did this impoverished actor afford a Mission Impossible level mask that no one could tell he was wearing a mask for like well over a decade? And then it didn't even belong to him. It belonged to his father. To get that level of mask, you have to contour the face. Your face does not match. It would not fit you. None of it's science.
We should also say that this is not set in like the 30s or something. This is set.
It's now.
It's set. I think the most recent is like 2018-ish. So then so let's say that the story, the banking story, is probably in the 90s. Yeah, they have cell phones. Like this is not. Yeah, so this is not like hand wavium in the past. This is like
it's now 15 years ago is when the story was kind of taking place.
I like that you think that if it took place in the 30s, it would be more believable that there's a magic mask.
Well, we'll get to that, because I have some comp titles from that era.
It's like it made me feel like Lev was kind of a bitch, because like you have all this going for you and you spent your entire life trying to fuck with a guy. Like your whole life revolved around the care for over a decade.
Yeah, so I'll say like
I am a psychologist. You pretended to be his like fake government secret agent guy, and the guy at the bank who you sold your shares to. He's just fucking with McCare all day, every day. When does he get his work done?
So for me, like I guessed most of the twists, and even the ones that I didn't guess, I like guessed that something was up with it, if not like fully the thing that was the answer to it. So like I was surprised by almost nothing at the end, but at the same time, like I was having a good time, because I was like just waiting for everything to be confirmed. So I was like, I bet that's not real. I bet that's not a thing. I bet that's a lie. Someone's faking. That's not who they say they are. And like the whole time I was just like, I was gonna be mad if it turned out to actually be real. And so then the fact that it wasn't like I suspected, I was like, okay, good. I was like, yeah, because that was not a believable spy such situation. I was like, this guy's an idiot, and we're meant to clock him as an idiot. So the fact that he's been recruited by like their version of like, special forces, CIA, blah blah blah. I'm like, just the fact that they would choose this guy tells you it's fake. And then like just the missions he was getting, I was like, this is fake. So we will find out how it's fake. And then I started to guess about how it might be fake. But I was like, from the instant he said that was happening, I was like, fake. So let's find out how.
Yeah, he's like the care is a trust fund himbo.
There was a moment in the middle somewhere because we were still going with this is real for so long. Oh, it was when one of the other characters mentions the same organization. Kaz, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking kill you. One of the characters mentions the same like supposed secret off the books organization, kind of unprompted, and I was like, are you fucking telling me this is real? It better fucking not be. And I was like, also that guy who said it is sus, so maybe not, but I don't know why he'd be in on it, but I guess he's in on it. And like that was my brief moment of like, am I supposed to be buying that this is real? If this turns out to be real, I'm gonna be so mad. And then it turned out to be fake, like I suspected, and I was like, okay, good.
Yeah. So I will also say, well, let's get to I've got things to say about this. They did not, which I was glad of, but I have comments about women in this book. Yeah, I found this really compelling. Even when I had like problems with it, I found it very page turning.
I wanted to keep reading it.
Like I was interested in what was happening, even though I didn't necessarily like everything that was happening.
It was very cinematic.
Yeah, I could see this being a pretty good movie. Yeah, possibly.
It would help you keep straight the layers.
But my issue, so the reason I brought up the 30s is because this whole like actor thing is a very well trodden ground from the golden age of fiction, detective fiction. Like this is a frequent twist, and I don't like it usually, pretty much ever. I'm not going to spoil which Christie, but there is a Christie that is completely ruined by this conceit of people not recognizing people who they are like interacting with on a daily basis ever. And so I am like on record as not liking that trope and finding it really anticlimactic. And I do feel that way in this book. Like I think it is an anticlimactic path to take. But I did still really enjoy my time reading it. So it's like I don't like a lot of the things that happen, but I was entertained. So I feel very confused.
I guess I just didn't like take the book very seriously. And so then I just, like if Once Upon a Time, the Disney show does things that are stupid and bananas, I'm like, but this show is stupid and bananas. Like it's not a betrayal of me, the audience, when it does something stupid and bananas, because we all signed up for stupid and bananas.
But it feels like the book is taking itself more seriously than that.
But except at the same time, the tone the whole time, I was like, because again, like, what's his McCare? Like, he's such a fucking idiot. But then a lot of the other characters too were like, they said weird things. Like all the characters, like I didn't like any of the characters. And so then because I didn't like any of the characters, and they all seemed like caricatures of themselves in a way that felt intentional. Like I didn't think that the author wanted me to think well of them, because like the only character that didn't feel like a caricature was the Joel Decay character, who wasn't in it that much. And he just like, I was like, I don't know about you, but whatever, you're not in that much. But all the characters like that are part of the mystery were all kind of like, like they were fake.
Okay. Does anyone else? Okay, what I was reading is John Benedict. Was he Butters from South Park to anybody else but me? Like, Butters. Like, he's just going along with whatever McCare said. He's like, I want you to pretend to hit someone with your car. And he's like, well, all right.
Yeah, that was wild.
What? Like, he's
the brief moment where they want you to believe that he was behind all of this. I was just like, that's really the most Scarlet Pimpernelli thing ever, then, of him pretending to be that much of an idiot the whole time.
Butters. Butters from South Park.
Yeah, I mean, I did respect was his name, Abel, the granddad, or like the father who was the president. I do think he nailed it when he was like, our offspring are idiots. And I was like, that's
we need to change the way this works.
Yeah. They're gonna burn this place down. Don't give them a microwave. Like, they're that level. Oh my god.
And like the idea that, so let's talk about the women in this book. That's the other thing that's like sticking in my craw, is like the women in this book are paper thin, like even thinner than the male characters. And the idea that old what's her face, McCrare's wife, who lives in love with Audrina, Amelie, Anastasia. Oh yeah, she is Russian. I forgot about that. The idea that she could just be passed from one of them to the other if the other one sold his bank shares to someone
They were
else,
all written by a man.
But also the fact that like that, it kind of happened by accident. Like the fact that he says that he's going to give him this thing, he kind of just says it to fuck with him. And then it kind of just happens by like happenstance of other things that are going on. And it like seems like it's like one of those things where like the psychic told you that you would meet a man named Jeffrey. And then just by some coincidence, you stepped out the door and the delivery guy had a name tag that said Jeffrey. And you're like, what are the fucking odds? And it's like, that doesn't mean a psychic is like really doing anything. That was just a crazy coincidence. So like, they are like, I'll give you, like, you'll get the wife, like if you do this thing. And then it just like, kind of like, he doesn't actually do anything to make that happen. It just kind of happens. And then it's like, it seems like it's true then. And it seems like he has like a devil-like powers, which he's like, okay, well that kind of worked out.
Which, I mean, it would make, honestly, all of this book would make much more sense to me if he had some kind of supernatural ability. It would make the fact that people who he lives and works with day to day not recognizing him and his facial prosthesis make a lot more sense.
X-Files. It's a different show.
Yeah. So that's really, and then like the maid, was her name Amara, I think was her name, Amara, something like that.
Arma.
I
just finished this yesterday. I remember him.
Thank you. Yes, as Leanna knows from our time reading Robin Hobb and Joe Abercrombie together, names are just ephemeral dust in my head. Like I can never remember. I'm like, starts with this letter. The fact that she was so obsessed with McCrare and like that whole, I didn't love how women were treated or portrayed in this book.
I need to have my moment for a second here, because what fucked this book up for me is the ending of this book. And it goes into the women that are the characters and how they're written, because this book isn't about any of the bankers. The book is about Joel DK, like, as a fuckboy realizing, hey, maybe I should be a less shitty boyfriend. That's what the book is about. And he wrote about these fictional characters to try to figure some shit out in his own personal life. He's like kept into his apartment for 2 weeks like a fucking hermit, not bathing probably, just gross, typing about these guys cheating on each other, and because he missed his girlfriend who left him for being a dick. So of course he's writing all these women who just are desperate for love, and they will do anything for these men around them because he's a fuckboy.
Well, and I did appreciate that he did not actually fuck Scarlett, not because Scarlett
doesn't exist.
She didn't exist.
Well, yes, but he also didn't write her. He did not write that they were.
He did not fantasize. Even in his fantasy, he was being a decent guy.
Yeah, yeah, because he thinks he's not the problem. Yeah, I'm like, I fucking hate this guy at the end of the book. That's what made me hate it.
Well, like, it's like a weirdly like happy ever after at the end of the book, because Lev and Anastasia run off together, but then they're bored and like basically
then he goes to jail.
And
as he should.
As he should, certainly. And like kind of once that specter of lies are behind them, they find their way back to each other and they have kids, and surprise, he's the one who's been running the hotel the whole time.
Yeah, I liked it better when it seemed like Lev got a sad ending because he like lost the girl by being a psycho. And then at the end, when you realized he actually did get the girl, I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's like he didn't like the ending of Gatsby, and he's like, we got to fix this ending. Like,
yeah, I liked the ending better when she was like, when they learn all or whatever, and she's like, that's insane. I can't, like, no, like I cannot with this. No, goodbye forever. I was like, good, that's what you deserve. That's how it should end. And then when they're like together at the end, I was just like, I thought we decided that was insane and we weren't going to be with
it's written by a fuckboy. The author is inserting himself into the story. And I get it. It's avant-garde because, like, you're just pointing out the inherent artificiality that is fiction. These characters never existed, and they're in the author's head, and they put that on page. But, like, fuck this author. Like, that's how I felt at the end of it.
And that's why I'm, like, kind of struggling, because I do think that some of this is intentional.
because it includes the framing device that
because it includes that. Yeah, and because the sections about his publisher I think are much better written, so that makes me wonder if some of the flat writing is more intentional. Like, I don't know, that's where I'm like really conflicted, because it's like I was very entertained by this, and if it
small part of me kept waiting to find out that the old ancient publisher was actually Lev too.
In real life. Maybe this was the publisher's secret second life, and he's just revealing it in the frame of fiction.
I think it also goes back to how he's writing about women, that the only real relationship that he has feelings about is with another dude that he respects. Because I don't think he really gives two shits about a lot of women in his life. And then he's like, oh, I feel kind of bad. I was a shitty boyfriend. I'm going to write a book about it to work out my big feels.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? And that's what fucked me up. The ending was fuck you. I read 600 pages of you having big feels for nothing. Like, that's how I felt.
I will say the whole Swiss banking thing, I did feel like was sort of Chekhov's Holocaust war spoils. Like, it never really got addressed. But I thought like, I kept kind of waiting, because Lev, is Jewish, so I kept waiting for something to happen there, and it just didn't. So,
but as soon as we found out the dad was an actor, I was like, okay, Chekhov's actor.
Yeah,
this is. And then for a very long time, I just thought it was his dad doing all of it, and then it turned out. I mean, I was kind of right. Sometimes some of it was, but like, yeah. So that was in no way a surprise.
Yeah. I don't know. Talking this through makes me think I like it less than I did when I put it down.
Lev's dad was a piece of shit for like when he purposely broke up Lev and Lev's true love. I was like, you're the real villain. Like, none of this would have happened if not for you.
Well, Olga didn't want them to be together either.
Yeah, but Olga
but she didn't like
defeated.
And she's doing it out of like a for your own good. Like, I love you, and I but also like I want you for myself because I'm dying of cancer. Therefore, the rest of your life is fucked now because I want a couple months with you, even though I'm not being honest with you that I'm dying, and I could just tell you that and fuck you.
And instead, I put on a mask to pretend I'm someone else to make you have dinner with me. What the fuck? When the dad was Tarnagle for a while, and he's like, I'm gonna have dinner with you. I'm forcing you. And it was your dad. And he was like, I just want to have time with my son, but I can't like express my feelings. So
that's not nearly as fucked up as him purposely saying he finds this letter from this woman that he keeps saying she's just fucking around with you. She doesn't mean it. And it's this letter saying that she super means that she's super in love with him. And he's like, so this is a for the rest of your life type of thing that I'm just gonna be like, nah, I've decided. No. Like,
yeah. He figured out he'll find someone else and like follow.
Like, no wonder your wife left you.
Yeah.
Wow. Even after you say that, even after the whole jewel ring giving away, whatever. How dare you bring up his dead mother, knowing what happens with her ring?
Said what I said.
I know.
Yeah, I feel like the father's probably the closest to the author in the story. Selfish and everything. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I'm getting connections here. I hate the ending. It has soured everything in the book for me.
You mean the reveal that like he's
fuck you. That's how I felt it. Not you, but that's how I felt. I was so upset.
I felt the aggression like as a bystander.
I only had it in my phone. I had a digital copy, so I couldn't even throw it. So I was like, oh.
Yeah. I mean, given the meta-ness, I was expecting something like that, so it was okay. I don't know.
Gotcha, sucker moment. I'm like,
I was just confused in general why it was interesting. I guess maybe interesting to me that he chose to give the couples these happy endings. It didn't really feel earned.
McCare didn't have a happy ending.
Right, but I mean, he and Sloane are back together because she went away and realized that it's okay that he's shitty to her.
Have either of you ever seen the movie Charade?
Oh, a long time ago.
Yeah, same.
Because I feel like I love that movie a lot. I've seen it many, many times. But also the tone of that movie, where it fluctuates between being a farce and being kind of like a serious, like thriller kind of like mystery, but then also back to being a farce. Like, and they're like, there's also, I think they are in France or Switzerland or something, and at least they start out in like a chalet or something. Like this book, like the story is really really different, but like the tone, I don't want to say the dissonance, but like because it seems like a farce of itself, while also then kind of having like a serious mystery and like murder and like stuff that is like not totally a joke. And like I don't know, I love charade, and so that this tone, I was like, I don't know if it's a translation thing where like I'm supposed to be taking the whole thing seriously and it's coming off as a farce to me because of the translation, but regardless, it's working for me. So
that's you're nailing, like that's what I can't quite pin down, because if it's intentional, I probably like it better.
Like McCare for sure is intentionally like a buffoon. He's a buffoon.
I think so.
McCare?
Yeah. I think
bless his little heart. He's like he tries really hard, but is just stupid. Yeah. He has main character syndrome. Like he's like, I am the most important person in the world. And Butters, come here, do my bidding.
And for all that, he's mainly kind of well-intentioned. Like he's selfish and spoiled, but he like isn't evil. Like he thinks he's like on a mission and is like, you know, oh, I'm doing like important things, and like, you know, he's just kind of goofy.
He's not the worst, but like he's not the best either. He also sold his wife in the end for stock shares.
Again, the trading around of women, I don't know. Again, if it's intentionally farcical, I probably am more interested in it, but I can't tell. And some of that I'm sure is also because this is in translation, so it's harder to clock some of that.
There's just like so many scenes where he says a thing that it's like so obviously a misinterpretation or a lack of understanding, or like another character like will immediately like say something far more intelligent than him, and he'll be like, oh yeah, like dang it, I said a thing that's smarter than me. Oh, I should have like finished reading the thing that I was pretending to quote and know about. Like I should have looked at the newspaper. And he's like, all these people, they'll understand how great and how smart I am, and I should lead this bank. They're all talking about things. Oh no, I didn't like finish reading the article. I only read the headline, and now the conversation's moved past the joke I was going to make. Oh no, like he's just such an idiot.
he truly is an idiot, and goes from selling his wife for bank shares to falling in love with his maid very quickly.
And then falling out of love with her just as fast.
But his realization with that too, like it's this 11th hour thing. At first he's like, oh, it's like so nice, a woman that's like into me. Like I didn't know how nice that could be. And then after a while he's like, yeah, but like I'm not into her. And I realized that her just being into me was like a novelty.
Yeah,
not into
and
her.
She's not Anastasia, who I love, and everyone is
the chase. He likes the chase of things.
Yeah. As is Lev, really.
And like as a husband to Anastasia, aside from the whole selling her for bank shares, like he also bought her for bank shares. So like, you know, it started out that way.
True.
So like, but like he doesn't
a bank share.
in terms of like, you know, like material reality, he's a good husband in the sense of like he never mistreats her. Like she has complete like liberty to do whatever the fuck she wants, whenever the fuck she wants. He has no idea he's being cheated on because she's just up and around doing whatever she wants, and he's just like, okay, see you later, honey. I'm off on my secret mission.
There wasn't, I don't think, any domestic violence in this. Am I right? No domestic violence? No rape?
You want like to include like interfamilial, where like mom and dad.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay,
but not like in between romantic couples.
But no spousal violence.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay, we'll go with that. It's just I feel like in a lot of these books, like it's always infidelity, domestic violence, essay, like it's just.
But it's like, especially and like when they talk about even in the beginning when like they're in the hotel room and then like the one is showing up just as the other one's going in the elevator, and the other one go down just as the other one is like going out this door. Like it's like one of those like French farces where it's like, you know, like on a stage, you know, where you have like this like long hallway of doors, and one opens the door and then closes it, and the next one opens the door and closes it, and they keep like missing each other and going down the opposite. Like it's a complete farce.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think McCare is kind of like Mr. Collins from Pride and Prejudice.
Much more energetic.
Well, he's like a boiled potato.
Better looking, I
guess.
He's
a boiled potato of a person, but you could do worse than boiled potatoes. You know?
Charlotte was happy for those boiled potatoes.
Yeah, you know, you could do worse.
Oh no, we had domestic violence. Yeah. With that boyfriend that Lev saved her.
But we never really met Klaus. You know, like
that's
Lev
right.
saves her from it, and that's
We
Yeah,
never
that's
saw
right.
it happen
Okay,
on
well.
page either. So
And her mom
I
is
don't
like,
know.
stay with him, patch
So
things up.
no,
He's rich.
no essay. Am I right? I don't think there was any.
No,
Okay,
I don't think
so
so.
there's that at
But
least.
there's
That
only
at
gonna
least.
be if her whole mission in life was to be a trophy wife. McCare was actually like the absolute best option. Like you could not wish for better if you were aiming for trophy wife. He's like leaves you alone. He's nice. He's like even like when you're talking to him, he's like charming enough. You know, he does not give a shit what you
He
do. Where
thinks you
you
might be cheating on him, but he's
like,
not totally sure and is not that upset about
doing
it.
anything about it.
Yeah, he's not cheating on you, I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
So-
never like verbally abusive to her in any way either.
No.
Like he's
Yeah.
totally like they're like roommates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Boiled
really,
potatoes. You could do worse
Anastasia
than boiled potatoes.
threw away a good thing.
For psycho like multiple personality man, like
Yeah, for deeply
it was honestly like
disturbed con man.
the most creeped out I felt was when that she was in Greece and she's like, something's up. Where does he keep going? Why doesn't he tell me anything? Why are there no like I'm not allowed to do anything? The servants are all like in on it. Like now you feel trapped. Back in like your old days, like you had a
to be honest, that section. It's like you put some creepy music under this.
and when he has the nerve to be like, you lied to me, and she's like, oh, are we doing that? Because like, where do you go? What is happening? You're still working there and you didn't tell me. Like, what?
It kind of gave me those like doomed classical romances, like Wuthering Heights a little bit for them. I was like, is he Heathcliff? The whole time I was thinking.
Then
like,
there's
is
the
this revenge?
metatextual. The like readers will often be the ones to say like, oh, their love was never real. It was always the idea of the love that was real. But then we have Lev, who's like, I knew from the beginning that the idea of our love was the thing that was way better than our real love. So I purposely manufactured continual like threats to our love because I also realized metatextually that our love is not real and we love the idea of our love. So I'm gonna keep the idea of our love alive by inhibiting our love by creating manufactured like sinister plots and like is like that's insane.
I did kind of like that there was like an in-world acknowledgement that like we like the idea of each other better than the reality, which is part of why them ending up together is
that killed it.
Well, that's kind of Joel Dicker's character arc for his own character in the book. Where he likes the idea of them together, but it didn't work out, and then they come back together. La la la, well, it's the same.
At least with Lev, you get the feel like, well, you know, as a lover of Jane Eyre, the whole theory behind why Rochester and Jane, spoilers, I guess, for Jane Eyre, something that's
been out for a minute. I think we're over spoilers. Yeah.
The reason they can end up together is because he like has this act of selflessness. He learns he's grown and he is now a
goes to prison. He learns his lesson.
So theoretically I can kind of get on board with that. But what has Joel learned? He was in his apartment for weeks.
Nothing.
So I don't know.
That's why I hate the fucking ending.
He went through the mental exercise of learning his lesson through fiction.
Okay.
And didn't learn anything, I don't think.
But yeah, I mean, like there was also the level, the multiple times, like it doesn't excuse the fact that he kept going with it, but like where Lev initially meant to just like do like a one-time thing where he would dress up as this guy and like have this conversation, and then like they didn't realize it, and he was like, oh, so I'll keep going.
Kind of intoxicating.
And then like, but also because they just kept not catching on to it, and they kept buying it, and like he didn't expect to be able to like make the deal, but then they do make the deal, and now he like has to keep it up, so he's just kind of like, okay, I guess I'll keep it on. And then it just like kind of keeps going and going. It's like the frog slowly boiling, where he's now juggling like 50 identities.
You're 5 personas deep, babe. Like you gotta.
That's the farce of it. Like, the fact that he didn't ask.
But like on day one, his plan wasn't, here's the 5 personalities, here's the 10 level deep plan with yarn on the board that I'm planning to do. It was like one step at a time, where he's like, well, I'm gonna do this like this one conversation where I have a motive to do this and I think I can pull it off. And then that leads to another, to another, to another, to another, to another. And now before you know it, he's like an international mastermind, criminal organization of one. Like it's
P30 kept alive solely by his machinations, paying people to pretend that they were murdered by McCrare.
Because he has so much fucking money, because he has all the shares.
Because he is so rich. And is apparently just like a legitimately good investment banker. Could just be an investment banker.
It's much to his father's chagrin.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than your son be a successful banker. Instead,
I mean,
his father would be delighted if he could see from beyond the grave that his son instead walked around with masks like most of the time. It was like 50,000 different personalities.
Yeah. He was a real jack of all trades, I think it's fair to say, because apparently he was a plausible psychiatrist.
The instant we saw the psychiatrist and knew who had recommended it, again, and just like the instant we had the secret spy thing, instant the psychologist was brought into it. I was like, fake. They either are an accomplice or it's him.
Would you think, like, yeah, when I'm really thinking about the reality of this, what an absolute psychopath.
Yeah,
Right?
which is why I like the ending.
So many years of his life.
He's like, I can't be with a man that thinks that this is a normal response, a normal thing to do.
Yeah,
because like I don't care if you pay your penalty for it. It's in you to think this is fine, and that's not fine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For like nearly 20 years.
Yeah.
He like fucked with this guy. He just like made himself everyone in Macare's life. Like, oh my god, you're obsessed.
Which like I did thoroughly enjoy when he and Macare have this like heart to heart, and he like fully admits it all, and he's like, "You're not mad." He's like, "No, I'm not mad at all." And you know why? Because I'm wearing a wire, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to prison.
Way to go.
Macare is like kind of like a good-natured buffoon. So I also kind of fully believed that he would shrug it off and be like, you know what? I had fun being a spy. So like, what's no harm, no foul.
I think it's both at the same time.
Yeah. So then when he said that, I was like, I fully believe that he's forgiving him. But then when he's like, because you're under arrest, motherfucker. I was like, oh yes, this is so good.
I think he was mad about. I don't think he was mad about the spy thing. I think he genuinely had.
Oh,
fun
he really had
that.
a good time with that.
But yeah. I think he was probably pretty mad about the psychiatrist part.
The psychiatrist stuff is like
and Tarnagle. Those are the problems.
Yeah, the psychiatrist stuff is truly psychotic. Like the idea of
P30 is just immersive theater.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, Lev is clearly a very talented individual.
After a minute, I'm like, are you
at everything he does?
How do you speak every language and you're good at everything automatically? Like, who are you? Were you like made in a lab at this point?
It's a little bit. It's giving the talented Mr. Ripley.
Yeah, it's very Gary Stu. It's giving fan fiction. Like I was such a good banker, and then I also was this amazing actor, and I was a psychiatrist, and all the ladies love me.
I feel like with it was a little bit more like the talented Mr. Ripley or Catch Me If You Can, where like the thing with those characters is that they're really good at impersonating those things, and so that it's not that he's really good at investment banking; he's really good at impersonating someone that is in a convincing way, and everyone goes along with it. Like that is like better, and also. Like in the case of Ripley, the story is like meant to be like this is a psychopath. Like this is not like somebody that you root to end up with a girl after having done all those things. You're watching a psychopath be a psychopath. Like that's what this is.
Yeah.
It went like the psychiatrist is the tipping point for me.
Yeah, that's
okay. The bank thing you got in too deep, and now you have to keep it up. All right, the P30 thing that's also bizarre, but like
kind of fun. Like I kind of see
fun.
How that's like
it's the therapist. That's the point that you went to crazy.
That he has the backup plan of purchasing property in the name of Jean Benet, so that he knew if he got caught, it would look like Jean Benet.
And like it's like smoking Jean Benet's like brand of cigarettes in the house. Like I think leaving his hair, maybe like got his hair brushed.
Yeah. Well, he put his hair on the mask, so that when they found the mask, with his body, like I was like, again, when Anastasia is like, oh no, you're crazy, and like this is not, and I was like, fully stop there, like you were in love with a man that didn't exist because it turns out he's crazy.
Which is
but the other side is like he did all this shit to set up Jean Benet. Jean Benet didn't do nothing to him ever.
No, he was just a good taxi because he's an idiot.
Yeah, he's butters and like what?
I will say there is a direct Christie parallel with the Anastasia and Lev component of this. I won't spoil which book, but there is a book where that is pretty much like there's like a prosthetic. Surprise! I'm this other person that you knew earlier, and it is equally unhinged. That part is pretty crazy to me. Like any kind of like, hey, I've been interacting with you, Anastasia, as this other person up close, and now I want to be your lover, your life partner. That is just scary.
My reasons for interacting with you as another person are also unhinged.
He was basically dating Bakir at this point. Like, he was everybody in Bakir's life.
That's a fun reading. What if he's in love with?
I know McCare should have been like, "Why are you so
McCare.
obsessed with me?"
Yeah, kind of. Like maybe that's the
Like,
subtext.
me?
It's like, I'm so
I got
obsessed.
nothing in here, guy.
Yeah, now I want to be with your wife.
Yeah, everything's about Bakir.
Everything is about McCare, man. That's kind of
like,
a fun reading of this book, to be honest.
You're obsessed with him.
We're obsessed with him. Yeah, I think the author probably had a lot of fun plotting this book. I'd try another one of his for the giggles, but preferably one without a romance subplot. So here's the other thing. So I went and looked at reviews, many of which were not in English, so I had to just do a quick Google Translate. But it seems like there are a lot of people who feel like this is his worst book. And that makes me intrigued to try maybe something else, because I did find this very readable.
Isn't there, entertaining. The one that's on the cover, they say is like his most famous, The Truth About Harry, of the Harry
Cabaret. Yeah. That's the one that
I'd be interested in reading that.
I might read that because I'm intrigued by this.
I had a good time with this. Is where I gave it 4 stars. I was like, none of the twists surprised me. I think it's bananas, but it was meant to be. So
I was gonna give it a 3 until I got to the end, and I was like, "Oh, fuck you!" It went to 2.
Yeah. I think I'm kind of landing at a 3, because I think there's a world where the farcical elements are intentional and the flatness is intentional, in which case I'll give it some more credit. But I do still, I don't know. I just don't like the trope. Yeah. It's not my favorite mystery trope.
The artistic value of this and the avant-garde and all the like cool like intellectual things he's doing, but I don't gotta like it.
Yeah.
I understand it. So my star rating is completely subjective.
I will say it's kind of slow getting going. I think it picks up about a third of the way in.
I don't know if the title is any different in the original, but with this title, I don't know. I expected the story to kind of revolve more around this kind of like mystery of the room, but it takes so long to even understand what the mystery about the room is in the first place, because it's like all this stuff going on. I'm like, what about the room? What is the room coming to it?
That's a very good point. That might be also some of my letdown, because I do just love an isolation trope, and this wasn't really an isolation trope.
A locked door mystery.
Yeah, it wasn't really that.
No, but and like that, the expectation is only there because of the title.
Yeah, I will say a twist I enjoyed and hadn't really thought about, but made sense to me, was when his assistant is a mole for the police.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
I liked. Yeah, I thought that was
a good female character when she's like, "My God,
she's the only good female
tired.
Character.
Like, you want me to go back? Okay, fine, I guess."
Yeah. So that was a good twist. I like that.
But again, another female character that's just so attentive and want to do everything for the man in her life. I can't.
Her boss?
Yeah, no, it's just like she's written like every other character in the book.
They're all very obsessed. Yeah, it's a book of very obsessed people.
Yeah. Well, you have to be obsessed to do the kind of bullshit that they're doing. Most other people just like could not get up the effort to be like,
I cannot be honest. This is so much work.
Oh my God, the whole thing with the poisoning and how many like red herrings there were. I was like, what was going on?
And then people are puking and
I'm sorry. I felt like it was funny a little bit because all of a sudden it's like, blah, everyone's projectile vomiting at the same time.
All these fancy bankers just absolutely ralphing all over each other.
The poor people who work at that Hotel Verbier, they have to like mop.
Well, Monsieur Rose was,
I know. That's the only character I feel bad for in the end.
But he ended up being kind of a psycho too.
Yeah.
He was protecting his son, I guess.
But in a way that was like, got it.
He killed the guy.
Yeah,
sorry,
it's a book of crazy
the murderer.
Yeah. It's a book of very crazy people. I will say one thing that for me would have made this probably more successful is if this had taken the same approach that the Anthony Horowitz books take with a book within a book, where they have the framing device around an uninterrupted book within a book. So you get to read the whole thing. And I will say, I felt like this depended on not being told linearly, which to me is always a sign of a mystery that's not that well plotted. So
Also,
I
they
did feel
figured
the
out.
most like bored by the parts when we cut back to Joelle and Scarlet. I was just like, whatever,
cares
get
about
back
them?
to because also they were not like the caricature psychos that everyone else was. So everyone else was just like so much more entertaining, and they're the ones that have the mystery going on. And present day, they're just like, and then we looked at some photographs.
And Scarlet is doing
thought about
all of
my
the work.
dead editor or whatever, and then back to the bananas loopy mystery where there's all these weird doors and all these weird people and they're all doing crazy stuff. I was like, more of that, please.
Also, like Joelle and Scarlet, they solved this in like the course of 2 weeks, and it's been like unsolved for 15 or more years.
Yeah. Well, that's
And they didn't even try that hard.
conceit. Yeah. Yeah, they need to put them on the cold case unit because they
they didn't even try very hard. And they
really
figured it out.
Scarlet.
They need
Scarlet
to put
needs to be on there.
on the cold case unit of Joelle Decay's mind because that didn't happen.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, good point.
He's like, I didn't put a lot of effort in there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, any other thoughts about this one? I feel like this was a good book club pick. I would recommend this as a book club pick because there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah. It definitely sparked a lot of conversation. So there's that. That's one of the 2 stars I'm giving it.
And I highly recommend the movie Charade. Go watch that.
I would enjoy watching an adaptation of this. I bet that this would be a really fun.
Especially if they leaned into a campy tone.
Exactly. Like I'm imagining like Monty Python people playing,
or even like that would be too much. But there's like a campy surrealism to the Knives Out movies, and if they did it like that, that would be perfect.
I'm just imagining John Cleese as McCare, and I'm enjoying that idea.
No, I want to see what's his name, James Bond, with another absurd accent because his accent in Knives Out is bananas.
Oh, Daniel
Craig.
Craig.
I want him to have what?
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig, yeah. So I want him to now have an absurd
He's
Swiss
too
accent.
old though, right?
Oh yeah, he couldn't be McCare, but like he could be, I don't know, somebody in it, like or
he could be the dad or Mr. Rose.
Oh yeah, maybe he could be Daddy Leibovich.
He could be Daddy Leibovich.
So, or he could even be Joelle Decay.
Yeah.
You know, if they did that, whereas a movie where Joelle Decay is, still the framing device, but then the actor who plays Joelle Decay also plays like the characters in the story that are like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You play Lev, basically, and then Lev plays
so
everyone else.
So if they got Daniel Craig to play Joelle, then he would also then play Lev or like whoever's playing him.
And in my mind, the facial prostheses are terrible in this version. Like they're really bad.
It's like those glasses with the nose on it.
Yeah, basically like one step above that. Like he has like eyebrow.
How did they get that? These Mission Impossible level masks. He's an impoverished actor.
Just like a Clark Kent level of no effort.
There's no way. And you'd have to buy multiple. They would break down over time, and you can't just put a new face in it. The mask thing doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, the silicone mask, I'm imagining, would be very difficult to maintain beyond just a couple of wears. So he must have a supplier.
And then no one noticed that any of these characters never aged because he was playing these characters for 15 years and the face didn't change, I guarantee you.
Maybe he started adding more like age spots when he applied them.
Yeah, oh god damn it. So stupid.
It was giving very like, and now she's gorgeous. Like
yeah, glasses off.
Yeah.
No.
Oh wait, everybody, you won't know I'm here anymore.
Wait, where's Amanda?
Where'd Amanda go?
What?
Who is this?
Amanda!
Amanda, you missed it. I wish you'd seen it.
What? I know.
Sinister, I'll tell you what.
Dashing. He was dashing, yet sexy, yet sinister, yet a psychiatrist. He was everything.
Both of them had a great mustache. Who knew?
How did you
know? Well, I feel like we need to figure out what we're gonna do for our next installment, because normally it would be Bethany's turn, but she's
I brought some options for October if we're gonna, because I'm next in the rotation if we skip
that's
Bethany.
right. Okay.
So feel free to say no to all these, and then we'll just have to circle back.
I mean, if they make you happy, probably will.
I was trying to read at least spooky season, and then like trying sort of to think of costumes, but I don't know, like based on either interest and or costumery. You tell me what you think. So here are the contenders.
Okay.
The Library at Hellebore by Cassandra Caw, which is like dark academia horror.
Okay. There's a library, so that's good news.
And it's really short.
Yeah. Oh, that's also good news.
And
Yes.
The Bonesmith by Nikki Pao Preto, which is, I think she's a warrior that kills ghosts or some shit.
Re-kills them?
Yeah, she's like a Valkyrie that kills ghosts.
I mean,
The Bonesmith severs the ghosts from its unearthly remains.
Okay.
It says Gideon the Ninth meets Game of Thrones.
But it's also very long looking.
I don't like Gideon the Ninth either. But yeah, it's so like, costume.
It is very pretty on the edges, I will say.
I mean, it says, ready your blade, defeat the undead.
Okay.
So
okay.
How long is it?
Like a good Halloween time /
How long is that? How long is that one?
This long.
Is that like 400 pages?
If it's 400 or less, it's a contender. If it's over, I'm like, I can't read anything over 400 pages anymore, guys.
Yeah, I inflicted a long one on us,
it's
so
447.
Okay.
A little bit over.
On the bubble.
Yeah,
my pick was almost 600 pages, so.
I have Night Film by Marisha Pessel.
Okay.
Thrillery.
Very controversial book.
And I think it's mixed media, right?
It is, yes. Okay.
So that. Then I have The Silence Factory by Bridget Collins, which is like a gothic, mysterious, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Is my description of that. I think there's like silk spiders in it and like stuff.
And ... stuff.
Yeah, there is like I mean, I don't know if it's real or like the characters think, like I don't know if there's actually gonna be magic in it, but there seems to be a supernatural element from like how it's described, because it says like otherworldly gift, blah blah, something from the Mediterranean to the English libraries, blah 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 blah.
Okay.
So there's that, and then These Shallow Graves by Jennifer Donnelly, which is also, this is like a Victorian New York. And people keep dying after she finishes finishing school. And there's some mystery to do with, I think her dad dies, / a bunch of other people die and keep dying.
Okay.
The past never stays buried forever. Blah, blah, blah. The truth will out.
I'm going to vote for either Cassandra Caw, because I've been meaning to try her, or Night Film, because it's such a polarizing book. It'd probably be a good combo.
Good discussion.
Yeah,
I did read The Salt Grows Heavy, and it was quite like
violent.
Yeah, it's very intense from what I've heard.
Yeah, so like I fully believe, when this says that it's dark academia horror, I fully believe that it will bring
those vibes.
Yeah, it will show up.
I kind of liked Bonesmith because you said Getting the Ninth was a thing.
Do you want me to read now instead of my attempts at descriptions? Do you want to actually hear the descriptions of these books? Instead of me being like, I think I remember. In the Dominions, the dead linger, violent and unpredictable, unless a bonesmith severs the ghost from its earthly remains. For Bonesmith Wren, becoming a Valkyr, a ghost-fighting warrior, is a chance to solidify her place in the noble House of Bone and impress her frequently absent father. But when sabotage causes Wren to fail her qualifying trial, she is banished to the Border Wall, the last line of defense against a wasteland called the Breach, where the vicious dead roam unchecked. There's more, but I think that's gives you the...
Yeah. What was the Cassandra Caw one called again?
The Library at Hellebore.
Give us our dramatic reading of the summary.
The Hellebore Technical Institute for the Gifted is the premier academy for the dangerously powerful, the Antichrists, the Death Workers, the World Eaters, the Apocalypse Makers. Hellebore promises redemption, acceptance, and a normal life after graduation. At least that's what Elisa Lee was told after she's kidnapped and forcibly enrolled. But the Institute is more than just a haven for monsters. On graduation day, the faculty embark on a ravenous rampage, feasting on their students. Trapped in the school's cavernous library, Alessa and her surviving classmates must do everything they were never taught, work together. And if they don't, this school will eat them alive.
I like that one. It kind of reminds me of that other one. What was it called?
Deadly Education?
Yeah.
Which I hated.
Oh,
Olivia Blake.
I liked it a lot.
Deadly Education, which I hated.
I loved it. That was one of my faves. I
Olivia
love that
Blake
book.
says, this is punk rock, eldritch god, carnage-fueled, battle royale, dark academia. More metal than I'll ever be and too cool for most of you.
I'm
I
leaning
don't-
more and more towards it because it's also short.
It's
And
also
it seems
short, which
cool.
is nice.
Did you want
do
to
you
hear
wanna-
Night Film?
Yeah, let's hear that as our third, just to
Can you hear the
round it
siren?
out. Yes.
On a damp October night, beautiful young Ashley Cordova is found dead in an abandoned warehouse in Lower Manhattan. Though her death is ruled a suicide, veteran investigative journalist Scott McGrath, suspects otherwise. As he probes the strange circumstances surrounding Ashley's life and death, McGrath comes face to face with the legacy of her father, the legendary, reclusive cult horror film director Stanislaw Cordova, a man who hasn't been seen in public for more than 30 years. For McGrath, another death connected to his seemingly cursed family dynasty seems more than just a coincidence. Though much has been written about Cordova's dark and unsettling films, very little is known about the man himself. Driven by revenge, curiosity, and a need for the truth, McGrath, with the aid of two strangers, is drawn deeper and deeper into Cordova's eerie, hypnotic world.
Okay. Lana, do you have a preference between those three?
I'm taking out Bonesmith. I'm kind of liking it about it now.
Okay.
So we got down to 2.
Yeah. I think you should pick which one. I mean,
you should be the deciding factor because we both have picked one. So
yeah.
Library at Hellebore.
Okay. And we can dress up like librarians. That'll be fun.
Or like any of the eldritch horrors that are apparently in here.
I'm going to dress up like
Cthulhu. Yeah, we're all
really, the sky's the limit, it seems, with costumery.
yeah, we have I think that'll be, I imagine we'll have good convo about that one, even if we don't.
And it's short.
And it's short, which is a blessing.
Lovely.
And it's a new release, so.
There you go.
Look at us. Topical.
Look at us.
Well, I didn't realize I was picking such a long one, so I appreciate you guys going for it. Especially Amanda, because she didn't enjoy it as much, but hopefully it wasn't miserable.
I had a great time. What are you talking about?
And I did please Leanna, which is a rare excitement. And I think I'm gonna land on a 3. So 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Mine is like 2 stars for this fucking guy. Like that's how I feel about it in the end.
Yeah. Oh, Joelle. Well, I think our next meeting will be in October for Halloween. It'll be the library
at Hellebore.
At Hellebore by Cassandra Kah.
Do you guys want to do it?
Fly in the fig here.
Oh, that means it's
November 1st is a Saturday. It's right after Halloween. Do you want the whole month to read it, or we could do it earlier? Up to you guys.
Very short, so.
Yeah, the 25th is the last Saturday, or we could do like the 1st.
I don't think I have plans for either yet, so I think that probably either is fine.
I would vote the 25th.
Okay. And you're hosting, so as long as that's good with everyone. Okay, I am making a note to get that book. And I'm very excited. I had not heard about it, and I keep meaning to try that author, so.
All right. Well, I hope it's good. I've only read Salt Grows Heavy. I haven't read anything else by her.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard very mixed things about her. So I'm excited to have it.
Salt Grows Heavy, I was like, it's very short, and I think it's the exact right length. It doesn't overstay its welcome. The only thing I didn't like about it is there's an epilogue that I don't think it needed. I would have liked it to end just where it ended. But otherwise, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Sometimes I thought it was a bit torture porn. It kind of went so, I don't know. It was fine. I don't have a rage boner over it. Yeah, it's like not fun mermaids. These are more like anglerfish mermaids. They're bitey.
Yeah, which, as Olivia Blake said, is pretty metal.
Yep.
So, okay. Well, guys, we will see you on October 25th on Leanna's channel to talk about
unrecognizable as eldritch horrors.
Exactly. Think Cthulhu. Think biblically accurate angels. Just we're gonna go buck wild.
Eyeballs everywhere.
Wings. But yeah. Okay. Well, thanks everyone, and we will see you in October. Bye.
Bye.